Born in the Bronx, Tony Curtis grew up in a working-class Jewish family. His parents, Helen and Emanuel Schwartz, faced many struggles which shaped his early life. With a father who was a tailor and a mother who worked as a homemaker, Tony learned the value of hard work and resilience. He was the second of 3 children, and his family often moved due to financial difficulties. This instability made him seek escape through movies, where he found inspiration and a sense of belonging. As a teenager, he became fascinated with acting after watching films at local theaters. He attended the New York School of Dramatic Arts, where he honed his craft. His early exposure to the arts was further influenced by the vibrant culture of New York City. He admired actors like James Cagney and Cary Grant, who became role models for him. After serving in the Navy during World War II, he returned to pursue acting more seriously. His big break came when he signed with Universal Pictures, where he was encouraged to change his name to Tony Curtis. This transformation marked the beginning of a successful career, but it was the support of mentors and his determination that truly paved his path in Hollywood. Tony Curtis was a well-known actor who became famous in the 1950s and 1960s. He starred in many popular films, including Some Like It Hot and Spartacus. In your view, what makes actor Tony Curtis stand out from his contemporaries in that era? Was it his unique acting style, his ability to play a wide range of characters, or perhaps his on-screen charisma? Many people remember him not just for his roles, but also for his personality. What is your most cherished memory or personal experience related to this classic star? We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. There are many funny, shocking, and sad facts about Tony Curtis coming up, so keep watching this video. Growing up in the Bronx, Tony Curtis found his passion for acting in a rather unexpected way. As a young boy, he often watched movies at the local theater, captivated by the larger-than-life characters on screen. One day, he saw a film featuring a charismatic actor who seemed to embody everything Tony admired. This moment sparked a desire in him to step into the shoes of those characters. During his teenage years, he joined a local theater group, where he first experienced the thrill of performing. He recalled the rush of adrenaline as he delivered his lines, feeling the audience's energy. One pivotal experience was when he played a lead role in a school play. The applause he received after his performance was a turning point, making him realize that acting was not just a hobby, but a calling. His time in the Navy further shaped his journey. While serving, he took part in various performances, honing his skills and gaining confidence. Each role he played deepened his love for the craft, leading him to pursue acting professionally. The combination of early inspiration, local theater experiences, and military performances fueled his desire to become a successful actor. Tony Curtis played a significant role in shaping the film industry during his career. He emerged as a leading man in the 1950s and 1960s, known for his charm and versatility. His performances in films like Some Like It Hot showcased his comedic talent and ability to cross genres, influencing how actors approached roles. Curtis broke the mold of the typical leading man, bringing a sense of realism and depth to his characters. His work also helped pave the way for future actors to explore diverse roles beyond traditional stereotypes. Curtis was not just an actor. He was a producer and director, contributing to the creative process behind the scenes. He inspired many with his dedication to the craft and his willingness to take risks in his performances. Beyond his films, Curtis's life story resonated with audiences. He overcame personal challenges and shared his experiences, which added to his influence. His legacy continues to impact Hollywood, encouraging actors to embrace their individuality and pursue varied roles. Facing financial struggles early in his life, Tony Curtis grew up in a poor neighborhood in the Bronx. His family had little money and they often moved from one place to another. This instability made it hard for him to focus on his dreams. Despite these challenges, he found ways to express himself through acting. He joined the Navy during World War II, which gave him a chance to perform in shows for fellow soldiers. This experience helped him build confidence and skills. After the war, Curtis pursued acting in Hollywood, but he faced skepticism from industry insiders. Many doubted his talent and potential because of his background and looks. Instead of giving up, he worked hard to improve his craft. He took acting classes and learned from experienced actors. He also took on small roles, gradually gaining recognition. His determination and creativity allowed him to break through the barriers. Curtis's journey shows how resilience and hard work can turn obstacles into stepping stones for success. In Sex and the Single Girl, Tony Curtis played Bob Weston. There was a plan for him and Henry Fonda to work together again in a thriller called The Confessor, directed by John Frankenheimer. However, this project was cancelled. They did reunite later in The Boston Strangler in 1968, which many consider to be one of Curtis's best performances. In The Defiant Ones, Curtis portrayed John "Joker" Jackson. He had a strong belief in the project, and in director Stanley Kramer, even though he felt Kramer favored Sidney Poitier. Curtis noted that during that time, the racial climate influenced Kramer's behavior. He felt that Poitier received more respect, but he accepted this as part of the era. Curtis acknowledged Poitier's talent, regardless of race, and recognized that Hollywood was beginning to address civil rights issues. In his 2008 autobiography, American Prince, a Memoir, Curtis expressed his views on the industry, accusing some colleagues of holding anti-Semitic beliefs. This reflection highlighted the challenges he faced in his career and the broader social issues of the time. Starting with his role in Some Like It Hot, Tony Curtis made a significant mark in Hollywood. This film, released in 1959, showcased his comedic talent and ability to play against type, earning him critical acclaim. Critics praised his performance alongside Jack Lemmon and Marilyn Monroe, noting how he brought charm and depth to a cross-dressing character. His co-star, Jack Lemmon, remarked on Curtis's ability to balance humor with genuine emotion, making the film a classic. Another turning point came with The Defiant Ones in 1958, where he starred alongside Sidney Poitier. This film tackled racial tensions and showcased Curtis's range as an actor. The film's success led to an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, marking a high point in his career. Peers recognized this performance as a bold step in addressing social issues through cinema. Curtis's work in Spartacus further solidified his status as a leading man. Collaborating with director Stanley Kubrick, he displayed his versatility in a dramatic role that contrasted sharply with his earlier comedic performances. Critics noted how Curtis brought a unique intensity to the character, enhancing the film's epic narrative. Throughout his career, Curtis's ability to adapt to various genres, from drama to comedy, earned him respect in the industry. His collaborations with notable directors and actors left a lasting impact, influencing future generations of performers. Many colleagues admired his dedication to his craft, often citing his work ethic and passion for acting as inspirations. Curtis's legacy continues to resonate, with many viewing him as a pioneer who broke barriers in Hollywood. His contributions to film and his memorable performances remain a significant part of cinematic history. In The Great Race, Tony Curtis played the character of the Great Leslie. The cars used in the film, the Leslie Special and the Hannibal 8, are now part of the Stales Automotive Foundation's collection in Chesterfield, Michigan. Both cars are on display, and they feature autographs from Curtis, Natalie Wood, Jack Lemmon, and Peter Falk. In The Defiant Ones, Curtis portrayed John "Joker" Jackson. The filming was challenging for both Curtis and Sidney Poitier. They had to run through various terrains and engage in bare-fisted fights while chained together. One of the most difficult scenes involved a dramatic run for a train. The toughest part was when they were swept down river rapids and struggled to escape from a deep clay pit during a rainstorm. Curtis noted that there were no stunt doubles for the clay pit scene, which he considered the hardest in the film. While he had a stunt double for some water scenes, most of the intense action was performed by Curtis and Portier themselves. In Some Like It Hot, Billy Wilder discovered Curtis while he was filming Houdiniya. Wilder believed Curtis was ideal for the role of Joe, citing his good looks and charm. He thought that when Curtis told Marilyn Monroe's character he was part of the Shell Oil family, she needed to find it believable. Tony Curtis approached his work with a deep passion for storytelling and a desire to connect with audiences. His creative process often involved immersing himself in the characters he portrayed, drawing from his own life experiences to bring authenticity to his roles. Growing up in a challenging environment, Curtis faced many struggles that shaped his worldview. This background influenced his performances, allowing him to convey a range of emotions, from vulnerability to strength. His unique style combined charm and intensity, making him a versatile actor. Curtis often sought to break away from traditional roles, embracing characters that challenged societal norms. This willingness to take risks reflected his belief in the importance of artistic expression. He believed that acting was not just about performing, but about revealing deeper truths about humanity. Through his work, Curtis explored themes of identity, love, and resilience, often mirroring his own journey in Hollywood. His ability to connect personal experiences with his craft made his performances resonate with many. The blend of his life story and artistic vision created a legacy that continues to inspire actors and audiences alike. Wilder's decision to cast Tony Curtis as Joe in Some Like It Hot was influenced by his connections. At the time, Jerry Lewis was considered for the role of Jerry, but he was close friends with Curtis and his wife, Janet Leigh. This friendship likely played a role in the casting choices made for the film. In Spartacus, Curtis portrayed Antoninus. The original script included a scene where Crassus, played by Sir Laurence Olivier, tried to seduce Antoninus. This scene faced objections from the Production Code Administration and a Legion of Decency. Censors suggested changing references to oysters and snails to truffles and artichokes to make it more acceptable. Ultimately, the scene was cut but was restored in 1991. During the restoration, the original soundtrack was lost, so Curtis re-recorded his lines. Unfortunately, Olivier had passed away, but Dame Joan Plowright mentioned that Sir Anthony Hopkins could imitate Olivier. Hopkins agreed to voice Olivier's lines, and he is credited in the restored version. In his later years, Curtis suffered from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which affected his health. Tony Curtis made a significant impact on the film industry through his versatile acting and charismatic screen presence. His performances in classic films like Some Like It Hot and Spartacus showcased his ability to blend comedy with drama, influencing a generation of actors to embrace a wider range of emotions and styles. Industry experts often highlight how Curtis broke the mold of the traditional leading man, bringing a sense of vulnerability and charm that resonated with audiences. His work in the 1950s and 1960s helped to redefine masculinity in Hollywood, allowing for more complex characters that were not just tough but also sensitive. Moreover, Curtis's dedication to his craft inspired many young actors. Stars like Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio have cited him as an influence, admiring his commitment to character development and storytelling. His willingness to take risks in roles encouraged others to explore unconventional narratives, paving the way for more diverse storytelling in cinema. Curtis's legacy continues to be felt as his innovative approach to acting and his ability to connect with audiences set a standard that many strive to achieve. In The Defiant Ones, Tony Curtis played John Joker Jackson. In an interview, he mentioned the homosexual subtext in the film. He noted that while the topic was not explicitly discussed, It was clear to him Curtis enjoyed exploring themes related to sex and politics in his work, which shaped his film career. In The Great Race, Curtis portrayed the great Leslie. A memorable scene features him escaping from a straitjacket while hanging upside down from a balloon. This stunt was similar to one he performed in Houdiniya, where he was on a flagpole. In Some Like It Hot, Curtis took on the role of Joe. Director Billy Wilder was not satisfied with Curtis's falsetto voice for the character Josephine. As a result, the voice was redubbed in a recording studio to better fit the film's needs. Curtis's performances in these films showcased his range and willingness to take on challenging roles. Outside of his acting career, Tony Curtis lived a life rich with personal values and interests that shaped his work. He had a deep appreciation for art, often expressing himself through painting. This creative outlet allowed him to explore emotions and ideas that he later brought to his performances. Curtis was also passionate about music, enjoying jazz and classical genres which influenced his artistic sensibility. His love for the arts extended to supporting various cultural institutions, reflecting his belief in the importance of creativity in society. Philanthropy played a significant role in his life. Curtis was involved in several charitable causes, particularly those focused on children and education. He believed in giving back to the community and often participated in events that raised funds for schools and youth programs. His commitment to helping others was evident in his support for organizations that provided opportunities for underprivileged children. This dedication to philanthropy not only showcased his values, but also inspired his work, as he often portrayed characters that resonated with themes of resilience and compassion. His personal life, filled with creativity and a desire to make a difference, deeply informed his professional choices and the roles he embraced. In The Last Tycoon, Tony Curtis played the role of Rodriguez. The film featured a strong cast that included 4 Oscar winners: Robert De Niro, Jack Nicholson, Ray Milland, and Angelica Houston. It also had 3 Oscar nominees, including Tony Curtis, Robert Mitchum, and Seymour Cassel. This film showcased Curtis's talent alongside other notable actors. Tony Curtis was also known for his role as Albert DeSalvo in The Boston Strangler. His performance in this film highlighted his range as an actor. In 1968, he was recognized on Variety's list of top 10 overpriced stars, which reflected the industry's view of his market value at that time. On a personal note, Curtis was a grandfather to Raphael Curtis through his daughter, Allegra. His daughter, Alexandra, has 3 daughters, adding to his family legacy. Tony Curtis's life and career left a significant mark on the film industry and his family. Reflecting on the legacy of Tony Curtis, his impact on the film industry remains significant. Known for his charm and versatility, he starred in a variety of roles that showcased his talent, from comedies to dramas. His performances in films like Some Like It Hot and The Defiant Ones not only entertained audiences, but also set a standard for future actors. Curtis broke barriers with his ability to blend humor and depth, inspiring many who followed in his footsteps. As for future contributions, the industry continues to evolve, and aspiring actors can learn from his dedication to craft. He often advised young professionals to embrace their uniqueness and to work hard, emphasizing that persistence is key. Curtis believed in the importance of storytelling and encouraged newcomers to find their voice. He reminded them that every role is an opportunity to connect with audiences. By staying true to oneself and honing their skills, aspiring actors can leave their own mark on the industry. In Wild and Wonderful, Tony Curtis played Terry Williams. Producer Harold Hecht had signed Christine Kaufman to a 2-year contract for 6 films in 1961. However, she only appeared in Taras Bulba, and wild and wonderful. After this film, Tony Curtis bought her out of the contract because he did not want her to continue acting. In Some Like It Hot, Curtis portrayed Joe. Years later, a reviewer asked him why his character, Josephine, seemed more feminine than Jack Lemmon's character, Daphne. Curtis explained that he was nervous about playing a woman, which made his body language appear shy and demure. In contrast, Lemmon was more relaxed and maintained his masculine traits. In Lepke, Curtis took on the role of Louis Lepke Buchhalter. The film featured colorful nicknames for Lepke's associates, including Max the Jerk, Blue Jaw Magoon, Pittsburgh Phil, Oscar the Poet, and Dasher Abundando. From his early days in the Bronx, Tony Curtis showed a passion for acting that would lead him to become one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. His journey began with small roles, but his talent and charm quickly caught the attention of filmmakers. With a unique blend of good looks and acting skill, he brought characters to life in a way that captivated audiences. Curtis was not just an actor. He was an innovator who embraced new styles and genres, from drama to comedy. His role in Some Like It Hot showcased his ability to push boundaries and challenge norms, making him a pioneer in the industry. Throughout his career, he worked alongside legends and left a mark on every project he touched. His passion for creativity and storytelling inspired many young actors who followed in his footsteps. Even after his passing, the impact of his work continues to resonate, reminding us of the importance of creativity and perseverance in the arts. The legacy of Tony Curtis serves as a testament to how one person's dedication can change the landscape of entertainment forever. In The Great Race, Tony Curtis played the character of the Great Leslie. During the famous pie fight scene, he managed to stay clean while everyone else was covered in pie. However, behind the scenes, Curtis had to change clothes multiple times because he often got hit with pie during filming. This added a layer of challenge to the production. In Taras Bulba, Curtis took on the role of Andrei Bulba. The film originally started as a project for Burt Lancaster, but eventually the role was given to Curtis. This change highlighted Curtis's versatility as an actor and his ability to take on different types of characters. In Wild and Wonderful, Curtis portrayed Terry Williams. During the making of this film, Newsweek reported that he and co-star Christine Kaufman were married. The article noted that if their marriage could survive the filming, it would likely last. Unfortunately, their marriage ended in 1968, showing that not all on-screen chemistry translates to real life. In The List of Adrian Messenger, Tony Curtis played the role of the organ grinder. Actor Jan Merlin, who worked on the film, noted that he portrayed several star cameos, including Kirk Douglas in disguise. Merlin explained that Curtis, Frank Sinatra, and Burt Lancaster did not appear in the main film. Instead, they filmed close-ups for an epilogue where they removed their heavy makeup. Merlin later used his experiences from this production to write a novel called Shooting Montezuma. In The Great Race, Tony Curtis took on the character known as the Great Leslie, whose full name was Leslie Gallant III. This role showcased Curtis's charm and comedic talent in a story about a race across the world. In You Can't Win 'Em All, Curtis played Adam Dyer. He also provided an introduction and an afterword for the DVD release of Charles Bronson's film Cabo Blanco, which came out in 1980. This release occurred about 10 years after You Can't Win 'Em All, where Curtis and Bronson co-starred. Their collaboration highlighted the strong connection between the two actors during that period. In Spartacus, Tony Curtis played the role of Antoninus. This was the second of 3 films he made with Kirk Douglas. The other 2 films were The Vikings and The List of Adrian Messenger. Their collaboration showcased their strong on-screen chemistry and contributed to the popularity of both actors. In Sweet Smell of Success, Curtis portrayed Sidney Falco. The filming faced many challenges, especially with the location in New York City. Large crowds of fans often gathered to see Curtis, who was a major heartthrob at the time. These fans sometimes tried to break through barricades to get closer to him, adding stress to the production team. Before his acting career, Curtis had a unique start. At the age of 14, he was a soprano in a choir. This early experience with music may have influenced his later performances and stage presence. His journey from a choir boy to a leading man in Hollywood highlights his diverse talents and dedication to his craft. In The Defiant Ones, Tony Curtis played John "Joker" Jackson. Both Curtis and his co-star received praise for their performances, but they also highlighted the importance of the supporting cast. Curtis was particularly thrilled to work with Carl "Alfalfa" Switzer, a former child star from the Our Gang comedies. Curtis admired Switzer's stories about his experiences as a young actor in Hollywood, and how he lost money from his early work. This connection added depth to Curtis's role and showcased his appreciation for the history of film. In Some Like It Hot, Curtis took on the role of Joe. Initially, Anthony Perkins was considered for this part, but Paramount rejected him. The studio was concerned that Perkins's image as a teen idol would be damaged if he wore women's clothing throughout much of the film. This decision ultimately led to Curtis's memorable performance, which became one of his most famous roles. Curtis made his film debut in Criss Cross, where he played a gigolo. This role marked the beginning of his career in Hollywood, setting the stage for his future successes. His journey from a newcomer to a celebrated actor illustrates his talent and adaptability in various roles. In Operation Petticoat, Tony Curtis played Lieutenant J.G. Nicholas Holden. He shared the screen with Arthur O'Connell, who also appeared in The Great Race in 1965. Curtis's role in Trapeze as Tino Orsini showcased his talent alongside Burt Lancaster. The two actors worked together in several films, including Criss Cross in 1949, Trapeze in 1956, Sweet Smell of Success in 1957, and The List of Adrian Messenger in 1963. In Spartacus, Curtis portrayed Antoninus. During the filming, he received acting tips from Sir Laurence Olivier, who was a seasoned actor. In return, Curtis offered Olivier advice on bodybuilding to help him improve his physique. This exchange highlights the mutual respect and collaboration between the two actors. Curtis's career included a variety of roles that showcased his versatility and ability to work with other prominent stars of his time. Originally, Tony Curtis was considered for a leading role in Lady L, a film released in 1965. This opportunity highlighted his rising status in Hollywood. In another film, Curtis played Andrei Bulba in Taras Bulba. In this movie, he shared a kiss with Christine Kaufman, who was only 16 years old at the time, while he was 37. This age difference sparked discussions about the appropriateness of such scenes in films. Curtis also starred as Sidney Falco in Sweet Smell of Success. Initially, Burt Lancaster and his producing partners thought about casting Orson Welles for the role of J.J. Hunsaker. However, after the success of Trapeze in 1956, Lancaster chose to take on the role himself and gave Curtis the part of Sidney Falco. This decision proved to be significant for Curtis's career, as the film became a classic and showcased his talent in a complex role. Curtis's work in these films reflects his versatility as an actor and his ability to take on challenging characters. His performances left a lasting impact on audiences and the film industry. He was active in films from 1945 and had appeared in around 100 movies by September 1976. In Sex and The Single Girl, Tony Curtis played Bob Weston. In this film, he drove a rare 1935-1936 Bentley 3.5 liter Oxborough and Fuller Continental Open Tourer by Vandam Plus. This specific model was designed for the retailers Oxborough and Fuller, combining the comfort of a drop-head coupe with the lightweight design of a sports tourer. Very few of these cars were made, and most were 3.5 liters. Similar designs were also available from Lagonda, Rolls-Royce, and Elvis. The car featured fade-in headlamps, which were a later update, and it was hoped that these would be restored to the original headlamps. The chromed wire wheels and white sidewall tires were also later additions, along with the bumpers and horns. In Some Like It Hot, Tony Curtis portrayed Joe. He had been attending therapy sessions up to 4 times a week for several years. When it was time for him to dress in drag for the first time, he felt nervous. Jack Lemmon had to take him by the hand and pull him out of his dressing room to get him on set. This moment highlighted the challenges Curtis faced, even as a seasoned actor. His career was marked by both his talent and personal struggles, making him a complex figure in Hollywood. In Rosemary's Baby, Tony Curtis voices Donald Baumgart, a character who lost his role to Guy due to becoming blind. This adds a layer of depth to the story, as it highlights the struggles of the characters involved. Curtis faced personal tragedy early in life when his brother Julius died after being hit by a truck in 1938. This loss impacted him deeply. In The Defiant Ones, Curtis played John Joker Jackson, a role that earned him an Oscar nomination. This film is notable not only for Curtis's performance, but also for being the only Oscar-nominated performances for Theodore Bickel and Cara Williams. The story revolves around 2 escaped convicts, showcasing themes of friendship and racial tension. Curtis's portrayal in this film remains one of his most recognized works, marking a significant moment in his career. His ability to take on diverse roles and convey complex emotions made him a memorable figure in Hollywood. Curtis's contributions to film continue to be appreciated by audiences and critics alike. In Taras Bulba, Tony Curtis plays the role of Andrei Bulba, who is the son of Yul Brynner's character. Interestingly, Curtis was only 5 years younger than Brynner in real life. At the age of 37, Curtis portrays a college student, which adds a unique layer to his character. This casting choice highlights the flexibility of actors in taking on roles that may not align with their actual age. In Some Like It Hot, Curtis takes on the character Joe. The film features a French post-synchronized version where the voices of the actors are dubbed. In this version, Claire Guibert voices Marilyn Monroe, while Jean-Claude Michel provides the voice for Tony Curtis. Jack Lemmon is dubbed by Michel Roux, and other actors are voiced by different performers, creating a distinct experience for French audiences. Curtis's character, Joe, adopts the name Shell Oil Jr. to sound more sophisticated. To achieve this, he mimics Cary Grant's voice. This choice is met with a humorous response from Jack Lemmon's character, Jerry, who points out that nobody talks like that. This is significant because, during the time the film is set, Cary Grant was in New York, and the characters in Chicago would not have heard his voice. Grant did not make his first film until 1933, making the reference even more interesting. He changed his name from Bernard Schwartz to Tony Curtis, partly due to the anti-Semitism that existed in Hollywood and the country at that time. This decision was common among actors seeking to fit into the industry. Later in life, he settled in Henderson, Nevada, where he owned a large home on Revere Golf Course. This location offered a view of the Las Vegas skyline, providing a peaceful retreat away from the hustle of Hollywood. In the film Sex and the Single Girl, Tony Curtis played the character Bob Weston. A notable scene occurs when his character meets Natalie Wood's character. After their first encounter, the camera focuses on a small statue of a centaur with a bow and arrow by the window. This moment hints at the romantic connection that will develop between them, symbolizing Cupid's arrow. The film captures the charm and chemistry between the two actors, showcasing Curtis's ability to engage audiences with his performances. In The Defiant Ones, Tony Curtis plays John Joker Jackson. A memorable moment occurs when Noah Cullen, played by Sidney Poitier, shares that he used to go to church barefoot. Curtis responds with a clever line, "But all God's children got shoes." This line references the African-American spiritual "I got shoes," which speaks about everyone having shoes in heaven. The song emphasizes unity and hope, reflecting the themes of the film. Beyond acting, Curtis had a passion for painting and creating shadow boxes. His artistic talent was recognized when the Museum of Modern Art in New York City acquired one of his canvases for its permanent collection in late 2005. This achievement highlights his creativity outside of film. In The Great Race, Curtis takes on the role of the Great Leslie. He starred alongside Jack Lemmon in 2 films, Some Like It Hot and The Great Race. Both actors also worked with Verna Lisi, with Lemmon in How to Murder Your Wife, and Curtis in Not With My Wife, You Don't. Their collaborations showcase their chemistry and comedic talent in the film industry. In The Great Race, Tony Curtis plays the Great Leslie, a character known for his clever escapes. One notable scene involves Leslie escaping from handcuffs that Maggie puts on him. This moment is a nod to Curtis's portrayal of the famous escape artist Harry Houdini, showcasing his charm and skill. In Some Like It Hot, Curtis takes on the role of Joe, a male cabaret dancer. To prepare for this role, he and Jack Lemmon received lessons from a dancer named Barbette on how to walk in heels. After a week of practice, Lemmon decided to stop, stating he preferred to walk like a man, trying to imitate a woman rather than fully adopting a feminine walk. In The List of Adrian Nessinger, Curtis plays the character organ grinder. In one scene, Jacques Roux, played by another actor, has his back to the camera while accepting a drink from George C. Scott. The thank you is actually dubbed by Paul Frees, a voice artist known for his work in animation. Frees also loops much of Roux's dialogue throughout the film due to sound issues. In a particular scene, on a circular staircase, Frees meticulously adds words to Roux's lines. He also provides some dialogue for Herbert Marshall. Interestingly, Frees is known for voicing Boris Badenov in The Bullwinkle Show, but one of his best-kept secrets is that he looped most of Tony Curtis's voice for the character Josephine in Some Like It Hot. In The Great Race, Tony Curtis played the role of the Great Leslie. He starred alongside Natalie Wood in this film, marking their 3rd collaboration after Kings Go Forth and Sex and the Single Girl. Curtis's performance in The Great Race showcased his charm and comedic talent. In 2006, he faced a serious health scare when he nearly died from pneumonia during Christmas. This event highlighted the fragility of life and the challenges he faced in his later years. In Some Like It Hot, Curtis portrayed Joe, a character who, along with Jack Lemmon, sought work in a humorous and memorable scene. They entered an office labeled Music Corporation of America, where they found only a woman drinking from a bottle. This moment is noted for its clever satire, as it was one of the few times someone dared to mock the powerful Lew Wasserman. Curtis's roles in these films reflect his versatility as an actor and his ability to engage audiences with both comedy and drama. Tony Curtis was a remarkable actor whose work left a lasting impact on the film industry. Known for his charm and versatility, he starred in a wide range of films, from comedies to dramas. His performances in classics, like Some Like It Hot, showcased his comedic talent, while roles in serious films highlighted his dramatic skills. Curtis was not just a pretty face. He brought depth to his characters, making them memorable. His ability to connect with audiences helped him become a beloved figure in Hollywood. Beyond his acting, Curtis's life story is inspiring. He overcame challenges and transformed from a young man in the Bronx to a major star. His legacy continues to influence actors today. As we reflect on his contributions, we invite you to share your thoughts on Tony Curtis's work and legacy in the comments. What are your favorite performances? How did he shape your view of cinema? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe For more content celebrating the creative spirits shaping entertainment,